Hi there guys, it's Livyboy2063 here and welcome to my Scottish Premiership Roundup episode 3, and this is becoming quite an occurrence, isn't it? I'm sat here on August 11th here reporting to you that 2 games of this midweek calendar will be postponed. The reason for these games getting postponed is Aberdeen in quarantine and Bolingoli Spanish holiday. Now, I'll say it exactly how I said it last time, it's not good enough. These players are putting the game in danger, they're putting their teammates and their opponents' lives in danger because of this virus that's going about. It's just not good enough, but unfortunately that's the way it is, and if things don't improve soon I can see the Premiership getting suspended again, something that nobody wants. But anyway guys, there was still 4 fixtures that went ahead, so let's get into the results and see how each team fared this week. So I just watched the Dundee United Hibernian game on Sky, and very good game actually, very little to separate the two teams. You can tell that both Dundee United and Hibs are going to have brilliant seasons. They both put a very good account of themselves in, but Hibs did run out 1-0 victors, meaning Hibs have won 3 games in 3, which is a brilliant start for them in the Premiership. For Dundee United, not a bad result by any means. Losing at home to Hibs isn't that embarrassing, unless it's by a 4-1 margin and you support Livingston like we did on Saturday. But all jokes aside, it was actually a very good game. That goal from Doige, the fact he looked away when he shot, brilliant goal, and Hibs fans will be delighted with this start. And huge question for everybody, do you think Hibernian could sneak into the top 2 this season and upset the odds? So Livingston got their first point of the season with a 2-2 draw at Fir Park away to Motherwell. It's a good result. If Livingston can get a point on the road, particularly at a stadium like Fir Park, then these are all good results, but it could have been a bit better if we'd been a bit tighter at the back and didn't concede the 2 goals. But then again, anything could have always been better if you would have scored more or conceded less. I'm not overly disappointed with a draw. In fact, I'm actually quite happy to see us get a point on the board, but I still do think improvements need to be made. But for the time being, I'm content with a 2-2 draw, and our next game is going to be a very tough game at home to Rangers. And speaking of Rangers, Barisic, Kent and Aribo all got on the score sheet tonight to make Rangers go 3-0 up against St Johnstone and go top of the league. Now, by the time Celtic play their next Scottish Premiership game, they could actually be 11 points behind Rangers. Now, obviously they've got the games in hand, but to see Celtic playing catch-up would actually make the league a lot more interesting from the neutral point of view. But at the end of the day, Rangers at Ibrox, I say this all the time, at Ibrox and Parkhead, you always expect Rangers and Celtic to be coming away with the victory, and it's no disrespect to the teams that they play, it's just they are the best 2 teams in the league, so St Johnstone won't be overly disappointed with that result tonight. So Kelly came from behind before Ross Stewart's penalty gave the hosts a 2-2 draw. This is actually quite an interesting result, because before the season started, Kelly would be disappointed with a 2-2 draw against Ross County, but considering Ross County had won their first 2 games, it's actually a very good result for Kilmarnock. Now, I know Kilmarnock are coming at the back end of a 1-1 draw with Celtic, but Ross County seem to be a really good team this year, so nothing disappointing for Kilmarnock. And for Ross County, they'll be a bit disappointed they're not on 9 points with Hibs and Rangers. Still, a pretty solid result for Ross County, and they look to be the surprise package of this Premiership. I know we're only 3 games in, but they've fared a lot better than I expected them to do, so fair play to Ross County, and fair play to Kilmarnock, because it's still a decent result away from home, particularly up in Dingwall. So guys, that wraps up my 3rd roundup of the Scottish Premiership. These videos seem to get shorter and shorter each week. It's probably because of the amount of games that keep getting postponed. Now, this weekend's fixtures, there is only 1 game postponed, or at the moment, and that's Aberdeen Celtic, obviously, because the pair of them are still in quarantine. But yeah, very interesting results this week, and I need to admit, I'm quite happy that Livingston got their first point of the season. How did your team do if they actually played this week, and what are your hopes for their next game? Comment that down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.